Okay, Pisces, the wild, the pristine, the untouched. Hola, buenos tardes. This is Kaypacha with the weekly Pele Report. This one is for August 26th of 2015. And I'm out here in nature on Vancouver Island in the Comox Valley at the Green Haven Farm. And I'd like to take you for a walk around the farm a little bit. But right now, I want to focus primarily on the garden. The garden, because why? We have the Sun conjunct Jupiter today in the sign of Virgo. And Virgo is about the harvest. Virgo is about the virgin holding a chaff of wheat in her hand. It is about gardening, it is about giving, about serving, about working. And so it's the opposite polarity of Pisces. And that's why coming up on next Monday, actually really this whole week, the Sun is in opposition to Neptune. And that Neptune is over there in Pisces, the ruler of Pisces. It's very strong. So we're going to be having this, Jupiter opposite Neptune for quite some time. Yeah, all through 2016 mostly. And then we're going to have the Sun move on out. But for now, this highlight is happening, and particularly with the full moon. The full moon is happening, with the moon conjunct Neptune right there in Pisces, opposite the Sun and Jupiter in Virgo. So we really want to discuss this large, strong, powerful opposition. And at the same time, there are no accidents in the universe. We have this week also coming up Venus conjoined with Mars. Venus will be joining with Mars exact right around 15 degrees of Leo, dead center in the sign of Leo. That's going to be happening on Monday. She's still retrograde. She's going to keep going back. But the interesting thing is, Mars is going to be moving forward, and Venus is going to turn around and catch back up to that guy. Yeah? And they are going to really basically be traveling together within 9 or 10 degrees of each other all through September and all through October until they're finally going to come along with another conjunction in late Virgo, 24 degrees, on November 3rd. More than 2 months from now. The masculine and the feminine, Venus and Mars, traveling together through the sign of Leo and the sign of Virgo. It's going to be absolutely spectacular. I had to come over here and get a hold of these raspberries, yeah. So I'm going to start out with the garden, and I'm going to end up with the forest. So this is the garden. I'll talk at you for a little bit and then give you a shot of the forest. Yeah. Okay, everybody. Oh my goodness. This is really something. Let's talk about this Virgo Pisces axis. Okay, because it's the health axis. And actually, I'm not feeling so good today. And I don't get sick very often. But yeah, Sun conjunct Jupiter, it expands. Jupiter expands whatever it comes into contact with. And so what is it going to come into contact with in Virgo? But all the little idiosyncrasies, all the imperfections, all the health issues, all the little things that we kind of, stuff away, put aside, put under. Jupiter's going to be coming around over this next year going, ooh, You know, you could fix that, you could heal that, you could look at that, you could open up to that, you could change your routine, okay? You know, you can change your diet, you can get more exercise, you can improve yourself. Get yourself better, yeah? Get up, 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 and away. And it's going to take effort. It's going to take work. It's going to take, you know, charge. And so this is a time now, and the sun coming through Virgo, okay, joining with this Jupiter is just like really gangbusters, go get them. Connect with the earth. Connect with the feminine. Connect with nature. Get out in the garden. Yeah, and grow that healthy food. And fill your bodies with healthy food. This is just like so beautiful, such a wonderful time. Yeah, that this is, you know, going on, and it's going to continue going on. The moon is now in Capricorn, but it's going to be moving through Aquarius, and then it's going to be joining, yes, in Pisces for the full moon. And let's look at that. Completely the opposite, my friends. The emotional nature, the moon, okay, moving through Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. These are the objective, you know, externalized, mature. It's the final signs of the zodiac, you know, houses 10, 11, and 12. And then when it comes into this 12th house and it joins with Neptune, it's the house of dreams. And Neptune is the planet of dreams. And it's escapism. And it's like, I just want to return to the dream. I want to return to the womb. I don't want to put forth effort. I don't want to struggle. I don't want to work. I don't want to get out of bed. I want to sleep and lay and relax and just go into my multi-dimensional self. Oh man. And so this is the pull. This is the pull. It's like, you know what? I really want to be here and change and do and improve and fix. And there's this other part of me, whether it's my inner child, okay, my emotional nature, or I had an amazing dream last night, or my body is like really like weak because I did all these cleanses. Changed, you know, made a change in my diet or whatever, and it's like the body goes down. It's just like, oh, forget it. Forget it. There's really something about Jupiter opposite Neptune. You may have it in your natal chart, you know. I mean, it happens, you know, every 13, 14 years. It is really a powerful aspect. Jupiter in aspect to Neptune. Like I said, Jupiter expands and blows up whatever it connects to. And when it connects to Neptune, it is the planet of perfection, the planet of dreams, of love, of infinite unity, of the open heart. I mean, Neptune in Pisces is this innocent, open, we're all one, and I feel you and you feel me. In Lakesh, I am another you. And it's just like, oh, let's just join together and sing and dance and play and love and just like release into the dance of life, surrender into the dance of life, and everything is perfect and beautiful just like it is. And so Jupiter comes along and it blows up this Neptune, and before you know it, it's like, oh, I'm in utopia. Oh my God, I had this beautiful dream, and oh, what I want to do is make this center and do this and do that and do the other thing, and I think you're so amazing, and we like go up, 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 up. And what goes up must come down. We live in a world of polarity, as in bipolar, as in, oh my God, it's like the dream and the unity, and we have a beautiful dance, and then what? Everybody goes home, or everybody goes back to work, or, you know, and it's like, boom. So this is also a time of disillusionment. Neptune has to do with illusions. And so it's this balancing between the spirit world of Pisces and Neptune and this earthly, physical, third-dimensional world of earthy, Virgo, practical. And it's like one needs the other. One balances the other. We don't want to get lost, okay, in the pessimistic, I've got to fix this and I should be ashamed of that because, you know, I've got 2 extra pounds over here, you know, or I don't have enough pounds someplace else or whatever, you know. It's just like, you know, Virgo can get like really down, really, you know, into a place of shame, into a place of, you know, inadequacy, anxiety. You know, they're going to see me and I'm not perfect and I don't want to go out and yeah. And so, you know, this can, you know, like really be lifted by Neptune, which can bring us up to surrender and allow and accept whatever they say, whatever happens. It's all part of this plan, and this acceptance and allowance really heals that Virgo, and that acceptance and that allowance comes from faith. Yeah, it comes from faith. Jupiter is actually the co-ruler of Pisces before they discovered Neptune, right? You know, in the ancients, Jupiter was the ruler of Pisces. So Jupiter also takes away limiting conditions and limiting circumstances. And let's not forget Chiron, also moving through Pisces. And this is a time, as Jupiter moves through here, opposing Neptune, and it's going to be opposing Chiron. I'm going to be talking about this for a long time, and it is healing that wound of abandonment by God. So we have this going on, and at the same time, and there are no accidents, right? The universe says at the same time that we have this envisioning, at the same time that, you know, we really want to connect and purify and purge and perfect ourselves and perfect our world, we're going to bring the masculine and the feminine together. And they're going to come together in the sign of Leo, which is I am who I am, and that is that. Yes, this Leo is the king, the queen, okay, that is just really the lion, the lioness. You hear it roar. It doesn't make excuses. The only carnivore of the zodiac, this fire sign of the lion, is powerful. And when these two come together, the masculine and the feminine, in the sign of Leo, the sign of Leo is creativity. And this is an amazing creative time where we've got the dream happening and we've got the action happening, and then we've got, right, this masculine and feminine, which is they work together. They fertilize each other. They are interdependent. Yes, they bring out the best and or the worst in each other. Let's really look at this. You know, we've really gone through a long period. If we're coming into this place of healing, well, we can start by healing our sexual issues. We can start by healing our relationship issues. We can start by healing our identity issues. And we can come into a more beautiful, perfect acceptance of our bodies just as they are, of our desires. This is Mars. Yes, you know, just as they are. Venus is acceptance, and Mars is desire. Yes, Venus is I am attracted, and I have unconditional love, and I really want to embrace all that power, all that fiery Mars, and Mars really wants to come along and penetrate into the feminine and really fulfill, yes, and fertilize and fill and bring to fruition that feminine beauty and expand it into the Leo is the house of, you know, the 5th house is the house of children. It's the house of creative self-expression. It's the stage where we come out and do our karaoke and we throw ourselves open and we're vulnerable and we just go, we gamble. It's a sign of gambling and speculation. It's like, go for it. Take a chance. Maybe your cake is going to fall, but you should still beat it. I'm going to come back to that. That's a little foreshadow. Let's really look at it. I love David Data. He talks about, you know, the masculine being the painter and the feminine being everything else. Yeah, the inspiration for the painting, the color, the brush, the water, the canvas. I mean, if we're going to create something. It has to be a co-creation. So I'm not talking about men and women, whether you are man or woman. We are both masculine and feminine. We both have this desire within us to radiate out into the world, and we have both this other desire of receiving, accepting, softening. So the one is hard and the other is soft. And the one is driven. The masculine is about action and accomplishment and doing. Yeah, whether it's the painter painting a painting or the builder building a building. Yeah, he's going to nail that wood. Yeah, he's going to cut and saw and shape and move and shift and change that wood around and create, yes, something that hasn't been. Probably because there was a beautiful woman, yeah, that needed a house. So he's building it. That's the carpenter, yeah? There's a carpenter in all of us. There's a painter in all of us. And that is the one that wants to do. So when it comes in, and this is what needs to be healing, you know, healed, is the patriarchy. Hello. Yeah? That drive has turned into, over the last few thousand years of male domination. It's gotten hard, it's gotten cold, it's gotten ruthless, it's gotten shut down. It doesn't open up to its feminine nature. It doesn't open up to the feminine. It doesn't allow, or sometimes it doesn't get inspired by the feminine. And it doesn't really serve the feminine. Yeah? You know, it doesn't love and embrace that, you know, that beauty. And without that inspiration, without that connection, without that longing and devotion, no painting happens. No house gets built. You know, and it's just like kind of more about pushing and having my way and using and dominating. And then when we have the feminine, yeah, of course the feminine has gotten hard. She's gotten toughened. She's, you know, she's been suppressed and she's been kind of used and, you know, really dominated for a few thousand years. And there's a lot of anger in there, and there's a lot of distrust. And that feminine wants to close, 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 close. And you're not driving that nail into me, and you're not dipping that paintbrush into my water, yeah? And you're not using my paint, you know, for that painting. And there is this closing, closing, hardening, 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 hardening. So people ask, what is a Venus-Mars conjunction? What does it mean in your natal chart? And it's just, you know, it can be a number of different, you know, it has a number of different interpretations. What happens when men and women get together? Yeah? You know, they can go to war and fight each other, or they can fall in love and sleep with each other, right? You know, it's like the potential for either is there. And this is where our human nature, our free will choice of how we are going to manage this powerful attraction, magnetic force that is happening in all of us right now. Where are we going to aim it? What are we going to do with it? Are we going to kill it? Are we going to suppress it? Are we afraid of it? Are we judging it? Yeah, or are we, yeah, flowing, allowing, enjoying, having a good time, and playing around with it? So this is a time to be playing around with our love, playing around with our creative juices, with our creative forces, and really not being afraid of messing it up, of making a mistake, yeah? Yeah, or not being ashamed of ourselves, or holding ourselves back, or being too hard, you know, and shut down and closed off. So this is it's a very powerful time this week and these next couple of months, okay, as Venus and Mars travels together. And you're going to say, it's really up to you. What goes around comes around. What you sow is what you are going to reap, yeah? Virgo is the harvest. And what you've been sowing in your relationships, and what you've been sowing in your work, and what you've been sowing in your spiritual practice, well, guess what, you know? It's harvesting time. And it's going to come back. And it's either going to kick you in the butt, or it's going to take you all the way to the bank laughing your butt off. You know, it's like, yeah, baby. So the mantra for today, you know, and this week, I think is very appropriate for the situation. Whether I call it work or play, it's time for me to seize the day. Roll up my sleeves and get down to business. To cook up a world that's warm and delicious. This is the opportunity that we are all being afforded. Whether we seize that opportunity or reject or hold back or stay in a state of fear or, you know, feel like we're not strong enough or good enough or ready enough or old enough or rich enough or blah, 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 blah. And I just want to crawl back in that womb, or I just want to, like, you know, go back to the stars and, like, this planet is, like, too hard. Yeah, what do they say? You got to break an egg to make an omelet. Yeah, and this is the time. Break that egg. Oh, could have a vegan or two out there. Got to be careful. Yeah, you got to cut down a tree to build a house. It's a metaphor, you know, I mean, you know, we're in the kitchen, we're cooking, so go for it. One more time, say it over to yourself when you start, you know, feeling like, you know, you don't have enough energy or you don't have enough of what it takes or it's taking too long or you're getting anxious or whatever, you know, just like say it all over again. And change it. If you call it work, call it play. Yeah? It's in our mind. We decide what this, we're doing an activity, and if you're in the moment and you're in the now, is it work or is it play? Yeah? Hopefully you're doing what you love and it's play. And if you're not, guess what? This is the year where I'm going to say it's going to be really hard for people who are not really doing their sacred work. And if you're not loving what you're doing, you got a year to get the hell out of there. So, start dreaming, man. So, whether I call it work or play, it's time for me to seize the day. Roll up my sleeves and get down to business. And cook up a world that's warm and delicious. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.